It's good to be home. Now we need to end the illegal abduction of Kilmar Abrego Garcia and bring him home too. That people understand this case is not just about one man. It's about protecting the constitutional rights of everybody who resides in the United States of America. Now, the Trump administration wants to flat out lie about what this case is about. They want to change the subject. They want to make it about something else. And they are flouting the orders from the Federal District Court, the Fourth Circuit Court, and the Supreme Court to facilitate his return. And last night, at about 6:40 p.m. El Salvador time, 8:45 p.m. here on the East Coast, I called Jennifer to tell her that I had met with Kilmar. And I told her what he said to me, which was first and foremost that he missed her and his family. And as he said that, you could see it here. Go down his sheet. On Wednesday, I met with the Vice President of El Salvador and asked if I could meet with him. The answer was no. I asked if I returned the following week whether I could meet with him. The answer was no. I asked if I could call him on the phone. The answer was no. I asked if his wife Jennifer could call him on the phone. The answer was no. About 3 kilometers outside of CECOT, we were pulled over by soldiers. You could see the rest of the traffic was allowed to go by. We were pulled over by soldiers and told that we were not allowed to proceed any farther. And all of a sudden, I got word that I would be allowed to meet with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. And they brought him to the hotel where I was staying. When I told him that his wife and family sent their love and were fighting for Kilmar's return home every day, he said that he was worried about all of you. That was his response. How are you dealing with this horrible ordeal and nightmare for the family? He said that thinking of you, members of his family, is what gave him the strength to persevere, to keep going day to day. His conversation with me was the first communication he'd had with anybody outside a prison since he was abducted. He said he felt very sad about being in a prison because he had not committed any crimes. When I asked him what was the one thing he would ask for in addition to his freedom, he said he wanted to talk to his wife, Jennifer. I told him I would work very hard to make that happen. So I say to the President and the Trump administration, if you want to make claims about Mr. Abrego Garcia and MS-13, you should present them in the court, not over social media. Not at press conferences where you just rattle stuff off. Into the lengths that President Bukele will do to deceive people about what's going on. And it also shows the lengths that the Trump administration and the President will go to, because when he was asked about a reporter about this, he just went along for the ride. So the White House and the President have been lying about this case from the beginning. They've been trying to change the subject. Look, you never know, but I asked him if he was okay. He said yes. He said he has I think a blood pressure condition. He has seen a doctor. So, you know, on a very cursory examination, he appeared okay. Now, I will say, just to be clear. There was some negotiation about the terms of this meeting, and we were kind of surrounded by video cameras. So I do want to say that was the setting he was in. I should also just say, I'd mentioned the fake margarita scandal. They actually wanted to have the meeting by the side of the pool, right, in the hotel. Just right. I mean, this is a guy who's been in CECOT. This is a guy who's been detained. They want to create this appearance that life was just lovely for Kilmar, which of course is a big lie.
Have you been having any?
Thank you all very much for being here, and